Ba John Milanzi Mulishani. Maps Mulishani ba Maps Mulishani. I'm just tagging people and then we get started and sharing in my groups. We'll get started pretty soon here. Let me share in my groups. You are free to join, guys. Join in. Atubu shukubu fuile nsofuli ashiri ansofuli bapo. Right. Karen, good to see you. Wanyambe mutozi chwany. Bashadrek Tuliwino. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I'm just sharing to Alayambanombaline. The phone line will be open and you can join in and share your thoughts. The topic today is the statement by the Catholic bishop. So I'm just going to play that audio and then we can talk about it. Yes. I'm going to play the statement by the Catholic bishops. You know it's big. I'm just sharing and then I'll start in a little bit. Bar Webster, thank you so much. Let us share. I'm inviting a lot of people because this is what we've been saying. We've been constantly talking about the churches to come in. Rebecca Mulishani, good to see you. Gloria, good to see you. Thank you guys. Tag people. I'm tagging and sharing and then we'll get started. We've been talking here, propounding about the diminishing, the police state that Zambia has become. Actually, we are in a police state. So we have been talking here. So I'm excited today to wake up. You know, I'm in Pacific Standard Time. So we are 9 hours behind Zambian time. So when things are happening, when situations are unfolding, I am usually sleeping. And when I wake up in the morning, that's when I find whatever the breaking stories are. So the breaking news today is, you know, the statement by the Archbishop in Lusaka. And I'm just going to play it just now, so we can listen to it, take notes from what the Archbishop was saying. I'm just going to play it now. We listen to it and then we discuss. These are the things we have been talking here on Ubuntu Show. We have been talking to say Zambia is a police state. Where is the church? Where are the church? You know? So today we saw the church come out, which is a historical and a milestone in a democracy of Zambia. So, guys, chime in, get ready to contribute because we tatwabaleke. Yes, it's a fantastic statement and I will play it just now. And then we can comment. We have to fight for our democracy. We are not going to allow by UPND to create a police state. Not we color. So let me just play the statement by the Catholic, and then we will start our deliberations. Just hold on.
Catholic Diocese of Sorrento. Catholic Diocese of Sorrento. It's now my rare privilege to ask the Vice President of the ZCCB to give the pastoral statement on the behalf of his brother bishops. My Lord Bishop.
Thank you very much. Do you reduce on this? Pastoral statement on the state of the nation. Hear, O my people, and I will admonish you. This is the quotation from Psalm 81, verse 8. To you, our dear brothers and sisters in Christ, and people of good will, peace and love of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. The preamble. We, the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, acronym ZCCB, having listened to the cries of our people for guidance on political, economic, moral, and social issues affecting the nation, do hereby share with you the following. 1. Political environment. A serene and conducive political environment is the hallmark of human society. We acknowledge the good intentions by government to bring sanity to the political landscape in the nation by reducing Kadaism in public places and political violence. However, we note the following. 1.1 Shrinking of democratic space. Human rights such as freedom of expression and freedom of assembly are arbitrarily being trampled on, especially against those considered to hold dissenting political views or persons belonging to opposition political parties. Intimidation of media houses by state institutions based on the guests they invite and the content discussed on their platforms curtails both media freedom and free speech. This practice also sends an indirect message to media houses to stay away from discussing uncomfortable but very important topics of public interest, and to shun or marginalize certain voices whose views may be deemed as unfavorable to those in authority. The right to peaceful assembly is a fundamental liberty that sustains the activities of the political parties and the civil society groups in constitutional democracies. On several occasions, however, the police have denied opposition parties the opportunity to exercise this crucial right on the grounds of lack of adequate manpower and unspecified security concerns. There is a growing selective application of the rule of law. For instance, it has become a tradition for the police to arrest members of the opposition in a violent manner, keep them in detention longer than necessary, and never take their cases to court, long after being finally released on bond. All these serve as examples of undemocratic practices that fall far short of the respect for civil and political rights that the Constitution obliges the state to uphold. 1.2 Political parties. Political parties have a huge responsibility in the promotion of peace and democracy. However, we have noted that political situation is being characterized by continued politicking and trivializing of important national matters. There is need for a genuine and right way of doing politics. Politicians ought to realize and appreciate that their priority should be service the Zambian people, and the ruling party should lead and be seen to lead the way in practicing good politics. It seems that political parties are more concerned.
Okay, so we are going to end there. I think we have all heard, we have all listened to the statement. If you have not listened to the statement, it's on my page. I have tagged it in the comment section. Find that video. It's all over the internet. If you have missed it, please listen to the full statement. It is 30 minutes. I'm just playing a little bit of it so that we can continue with our input. We can add to the voice. We have been talking, you know. Here at Ubuntu, we have been talking all these things. So now finally, like we have always been saying, last week, I think on Monday, if you remember, we had a topic concerning Linda Banks' statement, where Linda Banks said that from, I don't know, whatever source Linda Banks got a statement from, she stated that the Catholic Church and a couple of politicians, they are teaming up to form a new political party. And we came out here on Monday and we condemned that statement by Linda Banks. And we also challenged the government to make a statement whether Linda Banks is an operative of UPND government, or in what capacity is Linda Banks accusing the Catholic Church of trying to form a political party. A Catholic Church, an organization which has been around for over 2,000 years. The Catholic Church is all over the world. In Zambia, it's almost in every corner of Zambia, and the Catholic Church have been helping families. The Catholic Church is aware of the sufferings of the people because they help the people. We have so many Catholic schools, we have so many Catholic churches, we have the St. John de Paul organization where they help people. These people, they are the ones who are stepping in to help poor citizens because the government is not doing their job. So I am here to commend the Catholic Church for this statement, which should not be taken lightly by the President Hakainde Hichilema. President Hakainde Hichilema should not take the statement lightly, which has come from the Catholic Church. This is not a game. President Hakainde Hichilema is steering this country into a police state. We have seen how our democracy is deteriorating, especially the events of the Mulungushi Gate. Since October 24, we have seen how UPND has practically helped Mao Sampa to hijack the PF party. UPND through the president of Hakainde Hichilema, they have captured ECZ, they have captured the registrar of societies, where they managed to change the office bearers of PF overnight. And that even if the registrar is saying she did not approve it, the registrar is saying that she did not approve whatever happened to the changing the names in the PF office bearers. But we have seen the speaker, Nelly Muti, start acting on that illegal list of office bearers and changing the speaker of the opposition in parliament based on the illegal list which was enforced by registrar of societies upon the state capture of the registrar by H. Hakainde Hichilema himself. He is the mastermind. But Hakainde Hichilema is the mastermind of all these illegalities that are happening in the country. And we as Zambians are waiting for the president to issue a statement on all these state captures that are happening. Zambia, we are 59 years old. We are not going to allow the president to take away our democracy. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, we are not going to allow you to take the democracy of Zambia away from Zambia. Right now, the president and his government should be worrying about fixing the economy. The dollar is at 23 per US dollar. What are they doing? What are they doing? Right now, they are supposed to be deliberating the national budget for next year. And in order to eliminate the key players in these deliberations, they have suspended 16 members of parliament, which means that those members of parliament who have a critical voice will not be included in deliberations for the 2024 national budget. That is curtailing our democracy. That is a selective application of the law. That is violating the constitution. Nelly Muti, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly, is supposed to be impeached right now. The president or the members of parliament right now should be having elections to elect a new speaker because the threshold was met. The threshold was met to impeach Nelly Muti. And the threshold, according to our constitution, is 1/3. The threshold to impeach a speaker is 1/3 of the parliamentary members. 1/3 is 52, and we have 58 signatures to impeach Nelly Muti. So Nelly Muti, as things stands, she is an illegal speaker because right now there should be elections in Manda Hill to elect a new speaker. So you see, everything that is happening is illegal. These are the things we talk about. Now, coming to the speech of the bishops, they talk about the shrinking democracy in a country, and we all know it. They have been arresting opposition presidents left, right, and center. The last one was Sean Tembo, who was kept for over a week. That is a torture. They are torturing our opposition presidents. And according to the human rights, I have printed the human rights here. So human rights article number 9, they are violating actually a lot of these human rights according to the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. They are violating, this new Dawn government is violating a lot of human rights according to the United Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article number 9, no one shall be subject to arbitrary arrest, exile, or detention. This is what they are doing. Sean Tembo was the latest candidate whom they went to break down his gate. We all saw the videos of the police breaking down Sean Tembo's gate. That is a violation of the human rights before we even come to the laws of Zambia. Article number 6, everyone has a right to recognition everywhere as a person before the law. And I want to read the article about torture. Yes, article number 5. Article number 5, you guys, all this information is on the internet. You just Google United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Article number 5, no one shall be subject to torture or to cruel or inhumane or degrading treatment or punishment. This new Dawn government is breaking the rule of law with impunity. They have no shame. And why I'm here today and I'm happy is that the Catholic have come out, because the whole space is shut down. The human rights organizations are shut down. The churches are shut down. The opposition, once they speak, they go and arrest them, you know, and they're torturing them, which is against the law. To keep anyone in a cell without being charged is a cruelty, is torture. It is torture. So guys, we have to keep talking and we have to rise up. We have to rise up and defend our democracy. Yes. We have to defend our democracy. And you know what? If all the other churches, now that the Catholic has come out, all the other churches should back up this statement. All the other churches, all organizations, all the interested institutions like the diplomatic corps, you know, international organizations need to come out and condemn what New Dawn is doing. And me, I am still waiting for the president himself to make a statement on the illegal activities of Nelly Muti. He has been quiet, you know. This whole thing, how they hijacked the PF and they made Mao Sampa as a president, that is illegal. That is illegal. And why is this Nelly Muti recognizing an illegal president? And that woman at the Registrar of Society, Madam Tandiwe, she is going to go to jail. What by UPND you are doing? You are risking lives of these women. Madam Tandiwe at the Registrar, she has to withdraw what she did. She has to come out and withdraw what she did and resign, you know. People in Zambia should learn to resign. If you have a dictatorship government, they are trying to force you to do what is against the law, what is a crime, just resign. Madam Tandiwe, if you don't want to go to jail, tag that woman, please. If you know that woman could register, let her come out and make a statement and resign. Because if the Madam Tandiwe at Registrar doesn't resign, she will go in. Time is ticking. Time is ticking, yes. Madam Tandiwe is going to be arrested for the crime she did in helping PF hijacking the PF party. So if you know Madam Tandiwe, ask her to resign, come out in the open and say she has nothing to do with it, that she was forced, and then she's resigning her job. If HH and his government are forcing Madam Tandiwe to do that, Madam Tandiwe should resign. Otherwise, Madam Tandiwe will go in. Bakesa bakaka ba Madam Tandiwe badia. It's just a matter of time. She is a mother. She has a husband. She has children. I don't know what her age is, but please advise Madam Tandiwe to resign. Coming to Vanelli Muti too. Vanelli Muti, if Bahaka Inde Ichilema is forcing you to do what you're doing in parliament, you better resign, Vanelli Muti. Vanelli Muti, if you don't resign, you will go to jail. Nelly Muti is 68 years old. So if we add the 3 years, 68, 69, 70, 71, Nelly Muti is looking to be in jail at the age of 71, 72 years. Nelly Muti is above 65 years old. She should be retired by now. Nelly Muti need to resign. Actually, let her just allow the process and be impeached so that she does not face jail time. Yes. But Patrick, Nelly Muti, if she can come out and say she has nothing to do with it, maybe she can be spared. You know what is happening here to Donald Trump. All the people that Donald Trump forced to do illegalities, they said they were forced to do those things. And they have been cleared. They are now state witnesses. So what can happen is Nelly Muti and that woman Batandiwe registrar, if they resign and they say that they were forced, they mention the people who made them commit those crimes, they can be, they will not be persecuted, but what is going to happen is they are going to become state witnesses. This is serious, guys. It is serious. Once the Catholic come out and step in, they are speaking for people. People are going to the Catholic to beg. Catholic are helping people to feed people. And we have been talking here. Me, I am happy the Catholic have come out. You are free to join, guys. If you want to pass your comments, just come in and join. All the churches must come in and follow suit, condemn it. We have been talking here. We have been called names here, blah, blah, blah. Zambia, the way it is going, what UPND wants to do is to stay in power forever and continue looting the resources of Zambia. We have seen it. Exactly, Rebecca. Women are being used. That woman at the registrar of society, Batandiwe, her name is Tandiwe something. Batandiwe, bakesa mikaka ndemieva. Look at what they did to Mumbipiri. Eh? Women, we are the weaker link. We are the weaker link. Even when we are campaigning Wanamayo, we are the ones dancing and clapping for these men. But when they go in power, look at the current government. Less than 10 women in cabinet. But women are 51% of the population in Zambia. And I was talking to a colleague yesterday who was like encouraging me to say, you women, when you want to continue what you're doing. And the person reminded me to say, even the freedom, Zambian freedom, was won by women. Banamayo Evale Fula marching in the streets. When we were fighting for our freedom fight in 1964, 1963, the women were undressing in the streets. Abena Leishina, Mama Kankasa. Oh, it's the women who fought. But what happened? All those women who were there, Bale Fula Muma streets marching, Baba Bika Kuwaya, all the men Abena KK by Tupelot Fulo. The same thing is happening up to now. Women's are the one dancing like Ubuntu for up again, not women. Queen Cobra there is talking. All the women, they are talking. Eh? Uyu no one later Linda Banks yambile. That statement by Linda Banks last Sunday accusing the Catholic of being in a clique. Eh? Linda Banks wrote that statement. She said from undisclosed resources. What undisclosed sources? Eh? Catholics are the one paying for families, helping families. In Linda Banks, she's a woman. In Linda Banks, are you happy what is happening in Zambia as a woman and a mother? Linda Banks, you have family in Zambia. You don't know what hardships people are going through in Zambia? It is hypocrisy. Huh? It is hypocrisy for any woman to support what this new Dawn government is doing. And that Linda Banks was campaigning against PF on TV back when the dollar was at 16 kwacha balelanda. Ubunga wide party 120 balelanda. Now the dollar is at 23 kwacha. They are supporting this useless government, this failed government. Banamayo bale forming ama cooperatives. Ukushto Obunga, 2-3 women. But Dorine Chiwesakunda, try to unfollow me and follow me back so I can add you to contribute. Try to unfollow and okay, there you are. Let me see if I can add you. Selective application of the law. It is too much. Eh? UPND. Everyone should be talking and condemning them. I don't know what's happening, but Doreen is not adding you. It's saying a technical difficulty. Good evening, comrades. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think the main issue here is not, I think, the Catholics. The main issues are the things that have been happening in our country, more especially when you come to UPND. But firstly, I would like to thank you, Catholic, because last time when I came, Pano, I even said that we need all these churches to come out. They need to start speaking. I remember even mentioning my SDA, Catholic, and other churches. And I was still, even today, I will still mention by SDA that we need the church leaders from SDA to come out also. In 2-3 days, we need to hear what they will say, because they have been watching and hearing and seeing what is happening on the ground. So, the first is, I think, mukaona speech and pastor or bishop. First thing, message yawa kambati, they have heard the cries of the people. Vanvera kulira kwa bantu. Meaning, matu yao ya background. They are watching, they are seeing what is happening. And then vanvera vanwa kamba bantu. So, my comments are pastor wenango kupano Catholic singe wana vota what I think hiyo si point yantifungo yanga napo ni message ya neri muleta ne balemba Catholic yani wakamba balemba vintu va bwanji and then vintu vani balemba vipanga sense o bwanji nje vintu vantifungo yanga napo not yangane pa church so abande balinda kanwane bandana. I think for now let's forget about tikambe pa vintu vani balemba my bishops. And then we shouldn't forget that Isevantus, Ndife Church, Ngati unga wadula for now tugula unga pa 300, more than 300. So most of the families are failing to buy mirimio. So ngati muntu anjala, it means sanga pese mpamvu enda even na ku church ngati alova ku church it means church yaonongeka. I think you have seen ngati kumamunzi kulinjala mani kumangalira vana wa school walika kwenda ku school vaenda kwambo chola ma fruits, so meaning school ima ifuti club na evichi ibwerera pansi. It's the same as church. Ngati muntu sankala bwino mchalo akangwa na kwenda na kuchecha upempera bwino, it means church is also suffering. You're also persecuting the church, just like mu Acts and Paul, God appeared to him and said, why are you persecuting me? As opaya ma Christians. It's just the same. Government ingasisunga bwino wantu wake. You are also persecuting, you are fighting the church, you are fighting my families, vonsevich. So many issues happen here vanualemba mu pastoral time. First that wa Catholic waona ati Parliament one mulibe fairness. My opposition members, they are not given chance to speak. They have mentioned I think many issues which are true. So in any nizasha ko recommend wa Catholic wapitilize sochabe. They shouldn't even take time. I mean waste time ngati kwa shika issue. They should come out. And then other churches, they should also come in, because see fight ya Catholic chabe or I mean mayuti imwepa wuntu, no, it's a fight for everyone, because fighting in the future ya want to what. And then one thing chanchano mzako pa my issues ya ma LGBT.
Can you speak up, comrade? Volume?
All right.
Volume, yes.
Okay. So there's one thing that they mentioned. I think our Catholic were brought up in just 1 hour. We've known the stance for the LGBT, this the gay issue thing. But as for government, up to now, still where they are standing. The message is not clear. Mansas yano passes the government, they are not clear. Paria issues gayism. But as for Catholic, they mentioned that, and then Wangala clear, we've read Swafuna, of which nice is Stifuna. We don't want these bad laws. But as for government, they are not clear whether Wafuna, Swafuna, we don't know where they are standing. So we are challenging them to be clear. Wafungo Kamba, not Kamba Shabat, no, Zambia will continue being a Christian nation. That one is not an answer. It's not a nice answer. Answer should be, no, we don't want. And we don't want to Peter Muja shouting, no, my kakiti, my choice. No, we don't want that to happen again. Yeah. So, well done, Catholic Yawama Maning. And then I would even request our bishop, once, come Sunday, your letter should be sent to even my small Christian communities. People should discuss what they have the point the bishop have raised, the bishops have raised. So even other members should also come in, participate, and then they discuss. Yeah. Otherwise, yawama maning. So we need the other churches also to come in. We need to hear what they are thinking, what they are saying. Is it okay, the things that are happening right now in Parliament? They need to come out.
You know what? We know that it's not okay, you know, but so people are scared kulanda. Even on my page, they don't hired people following people in their comments. So umuntu, in the beginning, when I started talking against this government, because let me give you a history. Me, I campaigned for UPND because why? We saw how PF was behaving. So I campaigned for UPND with the Matomola, Navena TV Makwe, to all of those people. But I have insights. I saw things when UPND came, Nari Mona Fenatino, and a lot of people, you know, they were just saying, I am bitter, I want a job. Me, I wasn't born yesterday. And some of us have got the spirit of discernment. We can see things. We can see things which ordinary people can't see. In a calendar, and I've been insulted. I wanted a job. I don't need a job. I'm in retirement. In fact, GRZ owes me money. If they pay me my money, it's almost $500,000 US. I will be in Zambia right now enjoying my retirement. And this is one reason why I am here, because they are lying to say they have paid all retirees. No, I am one of the 3,000 retirees who was cheated by the same speaker. We took her to court and it was a no prosecute. So me immediately, Hakainde appointed Nelly Muti. It was a red flag, because Nelly Muti has a case where it was not a prosecute. She got money from us and she got away with it. Now, a person who has gotten money from innocent retirees and gotten away with it, how can that person be credible enough to be a speaker? You see now, she is used, they are used to raping the system and getting away with it. That's why she was imposed on parliament. Because you muntu utina lotete chitefile bachitile banini. Vanelli has a history of getting away. She has gotten away with our money. Baba pena nola prosecute Vanelli Muti. So in never Nelly Muti, I was like, I'm not going to support this government, because they cannot put a person who has gotten away with the stealing from 3,000 people. As a speaker. Yeah. Now you see, she's used. Out of the 300 people in there, I was the youngest among the youngest. Nelly has got blood on her hands. It's blood money. But if you get to 3,000 of us, group for that was 30 years ago. Bambi Leon in that voluntary retirement, they were in their 50s, 60s. Group, the children are still fighting to get that money because of Nelly Muti. So me, when Nelly Muti was appointed, I'm like, hell no, this is going to be a rough ride. Now we see Nelly Muti is used to getting away with murder. That's a cliche. I didn't say she killed somebody. Nelly Muti is a person who is heartless. She stole from 3,000 people and got away with it. Up to now, we are still fighting for our money. And now she is there in parliament with impunity. Mamona, by to 3,000 impia. Now she wants to mess with the entire 20 million Zambia. Nelly Muti, she went to the 20 million people. But 3,000 people. She thought now they can do it to the whole country. They want to screw the entire Zambian population.
Yeah. Okay. So there are so many, I think, issues. So many issues. Like we said in the previous programs, I think these guys, I don't know, they were not ready to be in these positions, because of the fruits we are seeing, the works that they are doing. So, like you have said, Ngati, you're being forced, someone is forcing you, like you have said. It's better you come out clean up as just now, and then you resign, so that because I think they won't even spare you. They won't spare these guys. So we are encouraging all these people that you are being used just come out, resign, and then tioneko bantu benanga. Other than kuyamba kuvutisa, so it's not nice. It's not nice. As of now, we need to be talking about different issues. My budget, no farming. Mvula izagwa pwanji. These are the issues that we need to talk about. Not wacheche wabwera pa. It's not nice. Tabwera kumbuyo maningi. So way forward, I'm sure these people they are watching, they are hearing my messages. Let them please do the right thing. If it's resigning, they resign. So that wanakuwa ntwena. Yeah.
Hello, sweetheart. Welcome. That's all, Kukosa.
Kukosa, Mama Pumulo. I'm so sorry to have come on late.
What time is it there? I thought I came in early, right?
No, you've come in early. This is when it's now 22 hours.
Oh, so it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So better early than never, right?
Yeah. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, madam?
Fine. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, we are just happy with what has happened today. Yeah, we have been requesting for churches to come in. I think we've seen the Catholics have come out. They have condemned. They have offered solutions. They have condemned in some areas which our government is not doing right. And also they have also offered solutions, which is a nice thing. Yeah.
Indeed, I am proud to be a Catholic.
Yeah.
I am proud to be a Catholic. Hands up to the Catholic, Really, you have done justice to the country. Sorry, I didn't get your name, sir.
Patrick.
Okay.
Patrick.
Mr. Patrick.
Yes.
Mr. Patrick, Mama Pumulo, the Catholics have just addressed everything we have ever discussed on this platform. They've touched on each and everything. They've left nothing unturned. Absolutely nothing. Sorry to have come in way before you started. I don't know what Mr. Patrick has covered. But from my 2 cents that I got from the Catholics, they have talked about the constitution that needs to be respected and not a precedence or not a tradition. Election of leaders in parliament should be guided by the constitution. Mao Samba, I hope you are listening. A precedence is unconstitutional. People in that parliament have divergent views, and these should be respected by those in office. The public, as the public, we have the right to give feedback to a government that is underperforming or that their activities are not correct. Much as we appreciate the government's effort to restructure the economy, there is need for transparency. You see, Mama Pumulo, the same things we talk about all the time, need for transparencies. Those MOUs, Mama Pumulo, you and I have hammered on them. Those agreements that our leaders are going to sign, they are not going to sign those agreements for their households, no. It's for the Zambian people. And so the Zambian people, they need to know, what is my country putting my life into? Because it's me who will have to pay back those debts, those agreements. The Catholic Church has touched on Millimil. They still feel Millimil is too high. They've talked about FISIP being untransparent. there is a lot of control and a lot of abuse by the people empowered to manage FISIP. Service, they talked about service delivery. There is need to remove those bottlenecks. Civil servants, they need to be courteous. They should remove this arrogance. They are there to serve the Zambians, and that is civil service. Remove the arrogance. This issue of, oh, no, mbanifuebo tureteka. So I talked about a situation, Mama Pumulo, where I went to the mine hospital and someone was on the phone blasting away, speaking in Tonga. I don't mind someone speaking in Tonga, but we need to be respectful and not now showing that, oh, pantunifwe tureteka. So an institution where people go to receive medical attention now becomes like a market. That is the abuse of service delivery we are talking about. The Catholic Church touched on the issue of LGBTQ. We have touched on that subject before. It is against our cultures and our Christian beliefs. The government needs to come out open and state their position. What is their position, the government? Do they want to propose that we accept LGBTQ in Zambia? They are shady in their deals. Suspension of members of parliament so that certain laws can be passed. It is not just. The calling of Archbishop Elucifer. Up to now, the CEO of the party called UPND has never apologized. He's never apologized nor retracted these words. And that's what we talk about, arrogance and pomposity. He talked about abuse on social media, insults to others, and that social media is now here to stay. Freedom of expression and assembly is being trampled on, especially on people with discerning views. They talked about intimidation of the media houses, Mama Pumulo. These media houses discuss issues of public interest. So they need, the government of the day should stop marginalizing these voices. The Catholic bishops talked about the right to assembly being a fundamental right. We've addressed issues of ever since UPND came into power. No political party has ever held a rally. It's like they were reading our minds, Mama Pumulo. Arrest of politicians in a violent manner, detaining people longer than necessary. All these are undemocratic. Political parties should lead the way in practicing good politics. That is the way the people will retain you, even in 2026. Eliminations of each other. Mr. Mao Sampa, I hope you have read that pastoral letter, because he himself is a Catholic, elimination of each other. The judiciary, you need to adjudicate where political parties, reach a stalemate. Why delay in justice? Justice delayed is justice denied. It has always been the precedence of this business of no separation of powers. It happened in the MMD where justice was delayed. It is happening again. Parliament, there is need for Parliament to conduct itself above board or above board. The Speaker to be exemplary, and she should know that she is serving the Zambians and not a political party, like what we are seeing, not a political party. So it has, it has really addressed all those we are talking about. The speaker needs to separate emotions. Emotions aside. Because right now, there's a lot of emotions. And so MPs are there to serve their constituencies. Politicians should avoid abusive language. Let there be peace, let there be love, let there be unity. The people are watching and listening. If your leaders, you start using abusive language, we've talked about it, you the leaders, kutumpa uko. What's more, the children that we are bringing, no money in the economy, yet we decide to give, they talked about, yet we decide to give tax holidays to our fundamental resources that we hold in this country. There is need to revisit the decisions that the government has made. CDF, they talked about it. Instead of boasting that you have increased the CDF from this amount to that amount, then why aren't you releasing that CDF on the market? You are releasing it in small little trenches, and yet you are going around boasting that you have increased the CDF. So you need to acknowledge that there is no money in the economy. So Mama Pumulo, a big up to the Catholic Church. It's like, they listen to everything. All the things that they've talked about are issues that we have addressed on this program. Nothing has been left out. So it is just our sincere hope that the powers that be will listen. We have said it, the Zambians are the disciplinarians. They will discipline you in 2026, And let me just tell you something. The Catholic Church lives with the community. They see the sufferings of the community. They know the sufferings of the community, And they have a lot of power to influence an election, I'm telling you. Because when they see their people living in abject poverty, they know who is behind. They say, it is the decision that you people make of putting the wrong leaders in government. We need, I've said it before, we need podiums now. If a president wants to stand, let a president go on a podium. Let the people of Zambia ask him questions. See where that president of yours is coming from. Has he ever served on a branch, on a ward, on a council, on a province, on a district? Nothing. Have you ever served such a large community apart from your own small little organization? That's where it stems from. I tell you, leadership qualities come in once you have served a large society in life. Just know that when you are a leader, you are bound to be criticized. And you need to develop a thick skin to criticism. Not oh, you want to start answering them. Panopa program to ale tukwa naba mulenya mulera pila. Yet their leader decided to keep quiet. That was a very ugly campaign of mulenya mulera pila. It was very ugly. It touched on a lot of people's lives. That too, Zambians tabaleria. On top of that, bale tukwa. And Kateka saw nothing wrong with that in trying to stop those baboons. I call them baboons because you were mocking the Zambians, and somebody needed to stand up and say, stop it, it is wrong. You are left with 2 years. 1 year is campaign time. If you don't pull up your socks and you don't heed to what the Catholic bishops have told you, my dear, it will not even be 2.1. It's going to reduce drastically. So you leaders, you are still even, in fact, we say, even such programs, today social media is a buzz, Mama Pumulo. We are alive. Queen Cobra is alive. Ukoba tairi na obale ponta. You know. And so it is because there is disunity in the country. There is hunger in the country. There is no peace in as far as loving one another is concerned. We've talked about issues of tribalism. You know, let me tell you, tribalism will always exist. All we can do is so that we bring out love. I'll give an example of Italy. That little country there, Italy, there's a lot of tribalism. You will never find a black person to be a CEO of a bank, or a black person to be in a government. So tribalism, it's natural, it exists, but our founding fathers, they knew about it. That is why Kaunda always said, one Zambia, one nation. We have to talk about it all the time. Sata says, tutemwane bananandi, tutemwane mwebachibusa bandi. It had a meaning. That had a meaning. And so let us learn to love each other. But let us not forget that if your neighbor is trying to be tribal, you are there to preach love, unity to them. However much it exists in every nation, it exists. Ukoku Gaza, Ukoku Palestine, what are they fighting for? These are realities on the ground. And so don't forever think that in Zambia, no. And so we are saying, even as Zambians, we need to be right and just, even in our voting patterns, You people from the north, you here now, you have opened up. But when you start comparing the voting patterns in Southern Province, it is a shame. It is a shame. You also, in the Southern Province, you need to embrace others. They should be embracing others. In the Northwestern, in the Western region, they gave HH votes. Northern Province, before Northern Province was a no-go area for UPND. But they learned, embracing others. And that is what we need to preach to our brothers and sisters in the northwestern areas, in the southern areas, and in the western areas. We only have one Zambia. And if we destroy that Zambia, mukwai abana mure fiala tabakakwata apa kuikala. Kwenana alanda sana. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was not Tulanda, but I just want to say a few more things. The number is growing. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge your presence on our page and your loyal viewership, you know, we are a mouthpiece. We have appointed ourselves to speak for Zambia, and we'll continue to do that. No one pays us to do this. It is just patriotism. That's all we are asking. Be a patriot so that we live a better world for our children and our great grandkids. I've taken down a few points which I want to speak about as we proceed. I know we said 22 hours, but we started a bit early. So tag people, share with people. You know, I am a secret MOUs oversight. Now, do you know what is in there? Zambia now has a African base in Zambia. Do you know the implications of the African base? The Africa Command Center, do we know the implication? Is allowing Ichalo Chimbi to come and control us from inside. You let a foreign country to come and establish base Muchalo Chimbi. If America Mkupanga Zambian base Mulia, in what capacity are we doing that? Yeah?
Imagine, eh?
But it will never assuming Shabena, which to establish base Muchalo Chesu. This is 2023. The actions of President Hakainde Hichilema have taken us back more than 60 years. Because in 1964, that was a military base. Here Chalo Chimbi, Zambia. But in 2023, how do we stoop so low to accept that? How? I have written a few points. Hakainde, it is time for you. If you are an advisor to Hakainde, I know the OP, they are on this page, but Shushu, but praise singer, if you're a relative of Hakainde, take this message to him. Hakainde, in our culture, they say it takes a village to raise a child. So Zambia is our baby. Just because you are the president, it doesn't mean number. Musende Zambia kwatina kalimo. It's your car, not even a one. Because Papu Kusho one a lupwa family, the whole village. Zambia is our baby. Kamomoto Kayenu, your private asset. We have no business discussing how you run your car or your personal assets, but Umwanda is a private property. Zambia is a private property. So this attitude here, Zambia, quite private property. The chickens will come to roost because Hakainde has made decisions on matter of Zambia, like Zambia, it is his own country. But Hakainde, sit down. It is not too late for you to change because you have gone out of hand. But Hakainde, you have gone out of hand. That whole thing, if you match to the capturing by ECs by registrar, now you are directing Nelly Newchefio Mulechta. All that is a criminal. But Hakainde, change before it's too late. Yes. This is my warning, and it's not a threat because Zambia is not Zambia Hakainde. Zambia Yabonsi. And we are all supposed to be part. That's why we have the 156 members of parliament who are supposed to help you, Hakainde, in making decisions for Zambia. Hakainde, you have no rights. What you have done, manipulating and raping the constitution, you have no rights. And the chickens will come to roost. Now, I want to address the SDHH. Hakainde, you say you are an elder in SDHH. Why is your church so quiet in all these atrocities you are committing against our constitution? But SDA, if you read the same Bible we read, you should be ashamed of yourself. But SDA should have been the first people to admonish Hakainde because Mana Wenudia is coming from your church, from your organization. You went to Ghana and gave Hakainde a doctorate degree. For what? Why wasn't that doctorate degree issued in Zambia? Do the Ghanaians know you? Do the Ghanaians know your works? It's hypocrisy. So we are calling out this SDHH to come correct. Otherwise, we are going to say more about Turiemo. Wahaka in the 2021. Who was first to hear Kuriaku plot one Mukuria? Nimova SDA. Now, today, if you see Lubana Moriquisa, Namuberama. And it's a shame on you. I am challenging the SDA church, particularly to come out and set Wahaka in the right, because it's of course. Zambian, not we got on this ticket, UPND ticket, we got on it because we are going to a promised land. Now Motoka, now it's losing direction. This UPND has lost the direction it campaigned on. And we are not going to sit in a vehicle which is not heading to our destination. This is what it has boiled down to. You are of course by UPND, and we Zambians are not going to sit while you head us to a wrong direction. Ulimubas now ticket to Livingstone. Moto hayapi ukayambo kwa kuchipata. Kuchu waikala. This is what we are saying, you Zambians, the trajectory of this UPND flight, whatever, Mwale in campaign, it was like, get on the flight HH. Echa Mwale campaign. Mwale that get on flight HH. Now we are on that flight HH. Naponga ni bus HH. Where is the bus going? Yambo Kulola, Kumbi. Is this what we voted for? Hell no. So the Catholic, it's a rather too late, in fact, but they have been trying. The Catholic have been trying. Shots have been fired, and these are the strongest shots that have been fired by the Catholic. Because remember, they called the other priest a demon or whatever it is, with no repercussions. But let's just someone say something about against CHH, they will fish that person out. Kutumala paramilitary won't say. To fish a small youth, and your Secretary General insulted Catholic priests, you took no action. Shame on you. And be reminded, remember New Donny, Zambia police, whatever the forces, they are less than 20,000. So Avena Zambia Gabaima, they are 20 million. They cannot contain the situation. Hiding under the skirts of Zambia police is another topic. Police states. You know, and we have to change the constitution come 2026. We are not going to allow this nonsense anymore of politicians using Zambia police, our respectable men in uniform. The way this government is using our men in uniform is worse than some of you treat your garden boys. It is a shame. Who is an imposter? Shame on you. And if abuse, they will be the one to come and arrest you. Mark my words. And they will be happy to do it because you have abused them. You have abused the Zambia police, and they will be happy to arrest you when the time comes.
Yeah.
Next. Registrar. They
now need to start behaving above board. You know?
No, because you know, that is their boss. We need to change the constitution. So if they don't follow him, they can be fired for insubordination or whatever. So that's why we need to change the constitution come 2026 to have complete separation of power. Inspector General must be elected, not be handpicked by a president.
Yeah. Because
all that nonsense gotta go.
Yeah. Because you know, all the security is under the the armpit of the president.
Because the constitution they are rolling as through constitution which we need
But
to
when-
get rid of in 2026.
Yes. They complained when their friends used it. Now they are very happy with
Balefirwa
that
kufichinja. Why? Because ababe n'abasungu babo ebashama constitution yaya. So mu
Yes.
2026 bayuthi kuyivotera fwebeni. If it means we are going to go in the parliament as independent, we are going. And we are changing that constitution to ensure there is separation of power 100%. President,
Yeah.
stay in your lane. Not to interfere. Uriana mayo waku registra alimuma problem so apa. It's either she resigns, if she stays on, she's going to go in. Bakamukaka. So I'm just advising Mulia registrar Kandiwe, just resign and say you have nothing to do with it. You are better off without a job than going to jail for Bahaka in there for anyone. Me, I won't do it. Each talk to Yaba. I would rather sell tomatoes on the street than Mulandwama politicians. Hell no. I am not going to go to jail for a politician. If I have such a job, I will quit. I would rather sell tomatoes on the road. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, Linda Banks started all this. Linda Banks, ewa yambire ya postiria, after accused by Catholica, as well for overthrow government. And it's a shame. It's a shame for a woman like Linda Banks to be clapping this government, which has subjected the Zambians to so much poverty.
Who is Linda Banks, Mama Pumulo?
Linda Banks is I don't know who she is, but she's a woman we were campaigning with her party TV back when. She was a host on TV back when.
Also, she was a UPND supporter.
Yes, she is a yes.
So maybe she has been rewarded with something, maybe. That's why she's seen it fit to start criticizing the sufferings of the people in Zambia. She's
and
not
you know what I say to that? Just be quiet.
Yeah.
Just be quiet. Don't come and start messing with the people. Welcome.
Akesa shala ngatukuta. Hey, ba Oscar. Welcome.
Murisani.
We know. We know. Mama Chika Monica, please get onto the program. We need you.
Now the show has started. The show I have coffee for energy. Oscar, the Rechalo, it's on fire. I am a proud Catholic.
Yeah.
I say, well done.
No, but it's very, very good. And that's why I've come on board. I said, let me just greet my sisters. Indeed, they are doing a great job, but you are very tough. Eh? Congratulations. Very, very Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, Don Oscar, I'm calling from Italy. I wanted to greet Mama Pumulo, Mama Tipa, I greet you, and I greet all the people on the platform. We have not gone on holidays. We have not gone in hibernation, but we are just taking our time to listen. Like if you remember, Mama Pumulo, I said I think I was going to give the political party we campaigned for, the UPND, a time until 2023. I said that myself, 2023, and then I'll come back. But today, I thought, no. Let me participate on this issue because, indeed, I'm also proud of the Catholic Church to have come out because I foresaw a high tension in the country. There is really tension, very dangerous tension Now, I wanted to answer to some of the viewers who have been saying that probably the church was quiet. Let me say a word here. I think on many issues that Queen Pumi has tackled, and I think Madam Anita has really named a lot of things that the bishops underlined. I wanted to remind our friends in the UPND. Allow me to say this. I would say it in a solemn word. Friends who are following us, gentlemen. First of all, before I can say, remind me where I've stopped. Before I can go on, let me sing a song. Go
ahead.
Kapata mukaya mweni akaya kapata mukaya mweni sone shika kuikata kashano chimona kapwa gabi
Ndashana tamumwene. Tubike pa Bluetooth.
Ati?
Tubike pa Bluetooth. Give me a minute. Let me put it on Bluetooth.
You like it?
I love that song.
That is now I wanted to say, it has taken the stance of the bishops now to come out here. Brothers and sisters on this platform have been following. I've listened, the conversations, sometimes a lot of insults. Some of the so-called praise singers from the UPND, you have resorted in insulting the women, and the woman is not supposed to be insulted. Indeed, you respect a woman in a society, you build a society. You despise a woman in the society, you destroy your own society. So, I'm a praising as Avarumendo, maybe you have just that responsibility or the work of insulting on the platform. Guys, we want to show, be a little bit mature. Who is going to pay for the consequences of our irresponsibility? It's the country itself. Zambia itself is going to pay for that. Nombaine, allow me to underline if we landed up. Namulondola wino kwena wa mayo. Mwalondola wino. Anda kuna mchiremba papo cha wantu wale umfako wino. Filafine twalera ndapati wa TV wa kwetu mwiuki. Alanda kuna mchiremba pa nono. So nomba umfweni. Ifuelo government yashire mpower balisa tipusha kama wedzi amashu yamo pa TV bakwetu mulefu atuka chiteshani na alami pele paper. Look at this paper here. This paper here was written, I wrote this paper in 2021 after elections. We were asked questions. What do you think the government should do after the elections? And we mentioned some of the things. Nanikane, the tax holiday, the tax-free holiday, we were against tax-free holiday to the so-called investors. Up to today, in an arriva against by that time, I'm against it today. And the bishops have said, Moneni moba UPN monen tonton kanyen komwe want. 2 years tax-free. Kwacha has risen to 23 kwacha per dollar. You guys, there was no tax-free Muliba PF. Kwacha was not 23 kwacha per dollar. Number with a tax-free holiday aiming at boosting investment into the country. Look at what is happening. So the bishops are telling us, the government, please go and see that law. The tax-free holidays is not benefiting the Zambian people. Akalimbo kandi. Kapata mukaya umweni akaya shkashalo chimona pata mukaya umwenyakaya umwenyakayo kasha yes elo Nelson shikakwika elo umwenyakaya ama Nigerians bakaya mu Zambia ama Ethiopians bakabutuka mu Zambia ama Chinese bakaya nga yapwa gold Black Mountain nga yapwa kukito takwakabe ama Chinese bakaya imwe kopa nga yapwa muri 20 years we will have no Chinese mu Zambia, they will go back nganda bali kwata kumyawo kapata mukaya abena Zambia ye mukaya obe mupata mwe bantu abeni bakesa balesa nokuya bakaya. That's why there is no money in circulation. Do you know why there is no money in circulation in Zambia? Because the money is paid to who? Tuyakubunga va Shoprite ebaleshtisha. And where is the money going? Mwala asukamwe na Zambia. Tuyakuma roads, PPP roads. Impia shira kukuri banani. Pendeni mwebe na Zambia. Ishwe mpia shwaleri pira ku PP roads. Shira mu Bank of Zambia na shira outside of the Zambia. Think about it, mwebe na Zambia. We go to the constructions. We go to any other big, huge business. They're free, tax-free holidays. Ama kopala kitwe mwe bakopala imwe bakopala yarama ama afuma moto kefienda rama kopa filia gold diamond fyonse filia impia ushebasha mu Bank of Zambia na ngumu zanako bank impia imwe ba amativa anik impia she have gold na diamond she mu zanako bank. Tell me if the money goes into Zanaco bank or the money the whole lot copper diamond Sujilat, Mukula tree, everything goes out with the cash. Imwe. Ine oke na alisambira ko kuchukuru. So if na sambira ko na alikano kubo mtutu. Na alikana. I've refused to become an umututu. Ndapantule sawaji mpere ifina na sambira. So I think we want to all of our land bishops, Monen. CDF, UPND, CDF. From 1.5 million Yava PF, 1.5 million Yava PF to 28.5. Nga waumfwe chechipendo mama matipama, waumfwe chechipendo kuimpumi tuatina no mutima wambo 28 million no but 28 million shaya mu constituency abena Zambia balanda umfwe wa UPND bena Zambia balelanda Erote bena Zambia beka nama member of parliament bali Mr. Challenge 28.5 million bapokelela fe 5 million kwacha. CDF ya 2023 the bishops today they have said kanshi ichipendo tachirefu aikafe chipendo filafine mulembere chipendo efile kabila apa kanshi ni finish kubula ila yonse 28 million itwaleni kulya kukitwe na mwishibe fingi venga chitabantu muri 28 million mwe bantu ala fingi sana fingi nomba mu parliament mwalumbula 28 million lero yali kwa 2023 impia shaire kukitwe ni shinga 5 million kwacha mu na paso tabala staff approve budget muri new budget balandire shinga nishinga balandire nja fweni kuni 30 million nomba tufile katushinga ni 30 million
at 58
awe 30 kwati katushinga ni 32 tuafika pali 32 million kwa 32 million kwacha budget ya next year mwingi ninamo mwe bantu imwe 32 million kwacha mwatwala kumansa. It's a lot of money. Nomba nilisa mukatwala nilisa wakatwala mabishop balanda so na chilabelenga balandefi funyeni shose shindarama bapeni aba constituency na abaite batampi okugomba pia shalaya mu circulation wafa 28 million in 11 constituencies. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, to Alaland that the clique of thieves, abali mulusaka constituencies konse babutuka musakano mbaba constituencies the so-called clique of thieves yalera under President Hakainde Hichilema twalalanda shani nomba nababutukira kuma constituencies bonse balepo ka CDF naipushayi. So a lot of things have been all transparency mwe transparency mama matipa ba Queen Pumi transparency sama bishops balanda the memorandum of understanding, disclosure and non-disclosure by UPND mwe bantu bakwalesa please abena Zambia bali mpelo mchinshi bonzi. Memorandum of understanding, non-disclosure na disclosure ebeni abekala cha twebeniko nishi nalala ndira twebeniko pakwati tuishiwe fo bale sign twebeniko mwe bantu inena konali mu 1991 olo twalesa mwati yaisa multi-party democracy ba mamatipa 1991 twalisa mwabonseti multi-party democracy epo baishire shitishaba sungu kuisa tutumfia imwe ba UPND. Let's face reality. The white people in 1991 they told the Zambians to then privatize ama parastatal companies na Vedanta epo ashtire na 80% ya mine mulengufa nomba mwe bantu mfweni twaliyako kusukulu ichirubo chakalecho na lero chimwene shuwa imwe bapiye ba UPND 1991 bashishamala ama mines lelo turelira Muzambia twalira iyo mine ya kitwe yabanani abakuchambuli bale mona kwati ni mine yabo abakusakire bamona kwati ni mine yabo kusamfa chawe umwine wa mine libedan kutakwata shani mine libedan ushigala Muzambia ati yo kabiri mu 1991 ewashitire so no ulinomba mu 2023 ba UPND umfweni tuli mu 2023 mulefu haya after 10 years nangu 20 years abena Zambia bakambi okula saka pa manda shesu bakale saka bakale sundira pa manda shesu pantu na kabili to alashitishama mines pere na kabili ama mines ba mwinsa filafine munshita yaba lungu munshita yaba chiruba ama mines ba pere abasungu na lero turelira bakuli ama mines aya ama bishops balelanda ati eche mwalasa ina lelo abekala chalo twebeniko tuishi befyo mulesa ina pakwe bati after 10 years twakambye fyo kula abantu tabakula tukanensele pantu tapali nefya kuchita twebeniko mwe bantu pakwe bati tuishi befya kuchita ala lelo kuti walande vintu fingi na chiwama twatotela. I'm thanking the bishops and I thank you women for your consistency on coming on this platform. Sometimes you face hostility and accusation and insults, but Ichishinka will make you free.
Oscar mwari ufakaraka nimbwati heartbreak ndiye nomo tinajaira chabe so twaliberera tinajaira
our vision is far. Our vision is far.
So having said that ndefo kweva akakeneka Aruna Piri na Hope Mutale weuletwewa pano at HH spent 4 months in prison. So where were you when Mumbi Piri spent 1 year plus in prison? That we should not compare SDA with Lucifer's because they are better, and you start calling the Catholic Church at Ekantemba Church, and you are asking us where were we when Lungu's bodyguard murdered someone. Okay, ulefa ati idaifeko twali walefa tumushindike. Some of the questions you ask mule ipima. Before you ask such foolish questions, you should ask us, where were we? You wanted us to hold the gun? So mule But this is the abuse.
Nalamya foko pantu apa ifo fwe bali pano ifwe wonse ifwe uyu queen mpumi uyu mayo yuna ifwe bali pano ifwe twalilanda sana twalikana ifwe bale bomba ba PF twalika violence cadarism.
Yes.
We were against the lack of political freedom, space, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. Nalawe kisha bambia abantu katwishinga kutuwalanda ati watu tu na kutuwalanda ati they don't want to understand or to learn. Tuwalawe kisha twalikana. We said no to violence, no to cadarism, no to oppression of the media. The media, we wanted the media to be free. So number, if it was wrong of what the campaign against, and I underline, and PF has been liquidated by the Zambians. Are you telling the Zambians that if you embrace violence, the lack of freedom of speech, bishops the lack of freedom of assembly, the lack of freedom of speech by the journalists, the lack of protest, the lack of freedom of protest, they have the right. It's their constitutional right to protest, because some of the people, because nebo katolika songa batukana muntu asamye bati umfweni nombo umfweni mwe balumende mwe bashani kwe ba praise singers umuntu amye bati abena Zambia balefwayo olutoshi lwa bwali mwaka mwamutukensele mwatukanensele olo mwasabwesho gwenga nishi mwabweshisha urutoshi lwa bwali ngatola kwetya mano nishi mwabweshisha gwenga. Lero twaeba ko imenda lilanda pali ba imenda na lilanda kuna magayiza wa muri ba UPND bebe ni ba imenda balombi obwelelo teti webe bishop ati ni satana teti ulande fyo yandi you fail so mulelanda tsatwale landa tulalanda apechi bipile pofie nga abantu nga balanda ushekuli ule umfoko abantu nga balanda kuli ule umfoko kuli ule tesha bane twalilanda imwe ba information minister ntene na lelanda bafunyeni ku madam bali mwaisha ko bafunyapo after star ba minister of agriculture bali panga kalika scandal mwali no kubafunyapo bichapwa mwafapo mwabika pona umbi teti mushtisho bunga mwashtisho bunga bwa Mozambique mwamuksendo bumba ku South Africa mure chimone chituntulu ichumwe bantu mwachimone chituntulu ngadi kubasungu ba mutolo bali ngabali sta resign awe na alfyani
Kabuswe uko Kabuswe alekule nganda kwati chipatala like a 200 bed sitter hospital.
I hope
a bed capacity hospital. Elo le raisa and tawe tenganda and it's my brother's house.
Mule
but SCC should investigate him. If you can investigate a former first lady, SCC should be on Kabuswe's brother. Where did he get the money to build that?
That is a scandal.
Yes.
He has put to shame the UPND government. Mukalasha katota kanshi akainde chile matai shibati bambiteka VX baleshita chinganda cha
shibana imwe ababa hakainde. He tries to he playing us. It's a psychological tricks. There is no way they can order DH whatever you talk about without the president knowing. They are playing us. Hakainde is playing on the psychological intelligence of Zambians by playing ignorance. Every time we catch Hakainde and his government in their shoddy deals, they pull a fast one on us. He comes out and says he didn't know. Look at even that plane which they put his initial there. He came and he fired the person he didn't know. These are games of pathological liars. We have to be 5 steps ahead of them.
Ama bishops balanda so na lelo. Ama bishops balanda efimo wa UPND. Do not be scared of a different opinion.
Yes.
You learn.
It's deception. Let me interrupt you a little bit.
Yes.
We are dealing with a government of professional liars. And when they are professional liars, they are always 2 steps ahead of the game. They follow a script. So they pull up a fast one to get out of their lies. And we Zambians, I am saying, they fool you once, shame on them. They fool us twice, shame on us. We have seen the pattern, you know. I have studied psychology, and all of you need to see the pattern of this president and his government, how they operate. Their things are always going wrong, and then they pull a fast one to say, oh, we didn't know. They always have some excuse, you know, or they stay mute. Mute is the biggest way they are getting out of things. Remember the issue of Edith Nawakwi? When that woman, Rachel, came up and they said Hakainde was involved in that kidnapping of the Adembos. Where is it now? It's mute.
Yeah. Yes.
The case is in mute where the president was implicated.
We don't even know where that lady
and
is.
the Zambian keep tabs on these cases. Keep tabs even if they are mute. This does not mean we ignore it. We are sick and tired of being taken for a ride as Zambians. We are losing time.
Therefore, Kuranda Pondande Popali, I'm Bishop Bachanda Napari tribalism. I think my sister Anit also, you talked about tribalism. Yes. And allow me to speak to our brothers and sisters in Southern Province, especially Abaneso Watonga. Listen to me. Ine ndi mwina ngumbo aini. Bane, inevo ndi mwina ngumbo. Na alimyevere kale ati fwenfo wotu wasambilishe na Queen Elizabeth ukuya mtoilet ukuya mkunyela mmeishi. Nifwevo, fwewe na ngumbo. Awe na ngumbo bandu tuwa, ifetuwa kale tuwa changela, ifetuwa changela, tuwomfia meishi. Bambibela wale womfia pamampanisi.
First of all, Mama Pumulo, can you just block this Aruna Piri? Block him. You know, this is to my fake Facebook people. Can you block him, please?
So
Aruna Piri.
So number abane soba Southern Province ine na alipa Chiwala Technical Secondary School. One of my best friends was a Tonga from Mazabuka. A Tonga, Muinda. I don't know, the name was Muinda. So, problem, tribalism and this and that and traditional shani, maybe for the people in Southern Province, I'll use English. I'll use English.
Yeah.
Now translate in Tonga.
Oh, yes. Now, I had a friend, he was a Tonga, and there was this problem, of course, tribalism. They would say the Tongas, they are tribalists. It's an old accusation, Now, I didn't believe that. That's why I went to Southern Province after I graduated at Chiwala. I went to Monze to stay there for 3 months. All I wanted was to study the phenomenon of why they said the Tonga people were tribalists. Right. There were no concrete reasons why they accused the Tongas of being tribalists. Actually, they are not tribalists, but they are proud of their tribe. They are proud of their number. If you chitika palino ishta mwebatonga umfwe mweba nesu mwebatonga. If you cannot give a reason to any other politician apart from a Tonga politician, what might happen? One day, there will be your enemy in power. What might happen? Initially, please think about these things. Be objective. When our president, who is from Hakainde, who is a Tonga, when he makes a mistake, why can't you talk about the mistake? Why? And do you think tomorrow, when no longer a Tonga is going to be a president of Zambia, do you think it will be right for any other culture or tradition to safeguard their person because it comes from them, regardless of him doing the right thing or the bad thing? So, Vane, inende milomba, I am pleading to you, let us be objective. Let us be objective because we have a country at our hand. And this country, really, we need to safeguard our nation. The beauty that Kaunda has given to this country is one Zambia, one nation. If we don't want to believe in Kaunda, okay, let's just believe in the constitution of Zambia, which says we are all one people. This is my word, my direct word, caution, encouragement, and correction to my brothers and sisters mwebaba ku southern province nango kubatonga banandi. I repeat, my best friend at school was a Tonga. I have nothing to do with tribe or myself because I'm in Europe. I meet a lot of tribes and a lot of cultures, so I have nothing to do with that. But nalanda fechinga chali na mairat tamwala ndile. Thank you very much.
Translation, Tonga version. I can't wait. I have to state here, Oscar Mpombo. My best friend was also Tonga. She died on the 7th of March this year. You know, I never looked at the tribe in her. I looked at the love, you know, the care that she had. And so after my best friend who was Tonga died, guess who God sent to me? Another Tonga woman by the name of Pumulo Stumbeko.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
It is.
Imagine.
It is. Wonderful. Wonderful.
God is good. God is good.
Yes.
Mama Pumulo, over to you.
Wandi uri magani sumu uri magani magani ngaya na bantu so ndianda kuti novatonga mujite tomana video mujite clip yeyi just clip yeyi message from Bampombo clip make it into a small clip mupange ya clip ga shonto and mujite circulate among your toyo nyovatonga and by tonga namba mihowo here southern province bena mazabuga bena chomo bena galomo bena livingi abaila bonse balya batonga endimara nje twambanga kuti voting pattern ye southern province it has been tribal nyebonyo batonga tamu voted muntumbi mu vota muhyo so ba brother batwambira kwamba tsikatuhireka yakuvhota muhyogo gatubika Zambia first and nyoba batonga Bampombo bamba kutegwa batonga tatuli tribal kambwa Bampombo balijisi benyi na batonga alime kuli bantu banchi mu government mu bulumende bagwete batonga babemba bagwete batonga abatonga bagwete babemba so chino chini chetu zuminiha kutegwa kuti mapolitics abola totalira kusontana minywe kutegwa tagumibonga yehoteri mutundumbi ndede kuhotera mutonga ari munyo vatonga whatever yonse hevaruviha vaechechi tamuvambi tamuvawenteri kutegwa mudhala taimbogu vaechechi loro vanangu nanga varuviha mulajana wegu vachita justify or protect him and vapombo vamba wambata basa tujisijisi to take care of tuleye kulanga mihogo Zambia egomenda kwenda mihogo mobona no bantu mwavotera echecho ingu mwavotera kambo mutonga zona ndari jisimulongwa nasho ano wali kwambacho wewolile nkata ng'ombe inywa menda abantu mumulonga baja abalira kubika kuchita singi bobo but gamulumbanya because yechechi muyobo wenu mumuvotera basaka tujire let us be civilized alimu mjambe kuli nyono bana kuli tuma praising our twana tuyonto you know who have the whole future bumi bwenu mbulamu bumi bwenu nebutaliga so but muli busy gusapote imidala majembere jindi jabo jakamanagale but you uli mulongwana uli 21 years usupporta you know mujembere ula mali uli muminzi ali munyoma praising abanji chamunditugiri dawa kambu mujindi jaba PF timu ali ya social media no bandi tamundi yabundi tamundi chamunditugirida mwali muminzi mwali buyowa kubola Facebook so ino balami mole yana ma 5 pini na mashani kubola kutugira ndiso so so twambauda jisi basa mulanga jisi jonse yonse muyalo mu bantu bachinja they are putting my interest abantu babo first. Who knew Nigeria can be a 6th fastest growing economy in the world after 3 months? After 3 months, balongwa na masaizi yenu nyombola kutugira kuno they know about planning how to make their lives better. So mwandi no batonga message nje ikamuhireka habuyanga yakushapota mutundu haka inde wala ulyadike tengo yo wa building a helipad angandewe muntu building a helipad angandewe but jamwalira kusinkinga mabobo muminzi mu mazabuga mu southern province baechechi na balamiyanda yarama 55 international trips ngoba taking mari manji akuti ngabasinkinga boho mumunzi every village can have a boho using the money HH has spent on his 59 international trips. Every road can be graded in southern province. Ngomu supporter. He has no interest for you. He has no interest, and it's a shame. It's actually painful for me to talk about these things as a Tonga woman, to have such a president who is so selfish, to say he has constructed a helipad. A helipad angandebo baga ulonga unka State House. But bali jisi helipad road where ungandebo baijita great. Gamu balumbaya. Basabu ya ngobo katubulega mwanzini. And in Zambia, we need to condemn that. Do not support such selfish behavior of a president. It's like a parent now, Lijisivana Anganda. Zambia ino tulibana baechechi. So you anganda go busy uri mundege bana anganda balali lwagula busu. But yonse mundege kamwendo munjira. Nato to joining a bonse umukhondema echecho nizangoji lega. But the problem chata widi ndinyweno batonga ne musupporta yabuyanga ali mutwachi twambaule at PF yali kuchani PF twai condemn. That's why iri kuwaya ero mebo hendi me PF. Me, I am a patriotic Zambian, like all of us on this page and most of these people on this page. We want to see a better Zambia.
but we are sitting on $1 trillion minerals, but people don't even have clean water. Yeah? So I think I've said enough for today. You know.
Mama Pumulo, mwabambira gabo tumaningi. I hope bangwa. Achawa kweta matrimwa. I hope you have heard.
Gaba lisenda, no batonga gamu lisenda gatomi bomba. You do not want to be the tribe in Zambia that was known to cheer or protect or sign off dictatorship, looting of our resources. This is literally looting of our resources. You are signing off. Giving a tax break is looting, is literally signing off on the loot of our resources. Exactly. We have a guest. You can come on, madam.
Before the madam can come on, I just underline the comment from Ronald Banda. Beautiful, Ronald Banda. Thank you very much. Ronald Banda is talking about the multi-partyism. The bishops underlined also this importance gift in Zambia. Zambia is a multi-party democracy system. Let us be proud of this. The benefits of multi-partyism is to express different opinions and different ideas so that at the end, the country Zambia might benefit. Thank you very much, Ronald.
The new person who has just joined, can they mute their phone, please? We are getting feedback.
Is it Bana Jake? Go ahead, the floor is yours. We'll be signing off shortly. Okay, Bana Jeta Balilanda. Rana Maya, the floor is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Mama.
Yes, good evening, my panel.
Good evening, thanks for joining, we are happy.
Good evening, madam.
I always watch you. Sorry, I'm just switching off my TV. Hello, can you hear?
Go
ahead, Mama.
Yes, there's only one thing that I wanted to say. You guys are doing a very good program, Mama Pumulo and Mama Matipa, and the new guest that is joining us today. And I'm really thankful. But like for our country, for what is going on right now, I don't think any patriotic Zambian will be able to be so proud to be Zambian today. That's one thing that is so disturbing and so I don't even know what word I can say. But one thing I can just say is Mama Matipa and Queen Pumi, I thank all of you and everyone that joins in on your program to stay steadfast and to be patriotic in all ways.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah. We appreciate all your viewership. I just want to respond to somebody who's saying that I'm emotional. This is an emotional thing. If this is not emotional for you, Warikunkuma, because me, I have lost 6 family members because of bad governance of this country. In PF, the 10 years PF was in power, I lost 6 family members, including my mother. These, my mother and the 5 siblings. So that's why it's emotional to me. And the reason they died is because of bad policies, lack of medicine in the hospital. I lost family members from manageable diseases. So you have to understand me, that when I come here, because if
we had responsible governance in place, we could be saving lives. How many people are dying right now as we are speaking? People are dying right now because there's no medicine. Someone will go into insulin or whatever attack over something can be treated, and then you have a president making 5 international trips. We don't have insulin in the hospital. If you are not emotional, then I don't know. You are one of them, because some of us, we have lost people young, and all the people my siblings who died was 2 of them ever. And how old am I? And you want us to be laughing here? People are dying right now as we speak. Food is expensive in Zambia, and we know that HIV is like a huge population of Zambia that were infected with HIV. And when you have HIV, you need a good diet. So even if people are taking medications, if they are not having a good diet, people are perishing. So this is emotional, and that's why it's on. That's why in Shakaleke, because I speak here for the justice of my loved people who I lost prematurely due to bad governance. Good for you. But some of us, we have lost people because of bad governance of these governments. Good for you. Let me end here.
In fact, in Zambia, we must actually be grateful that we are in a better situation to make money from our from the mineral resources that we have, unlike other countries that have abundant minerals but are at war. Our neighbors here, they have so much minerals, but their country is ravaged with war. There's no unity there. And so we, such a peaceful country, because Zambia has never known war. We are a very peaceful country, and we do not take that for granted. And so our leaders, even when they come into office, they need to serve the citizens well, make sure they have a right to clean water, right to education, right of assembly, right to food, and all these rights of assembly, rights of communication, coming on social media. These are the same, when people come on social media to even enlighten you, what do? Instead of appreciating the message, if you don't appreciate the message, you simply get off the page. But you start to abuse people. Creating a page is free of charge. If you want your page to be full of abusers, go ahead and create a page and say, this is a page of abusing each other. Come on, let's start. Who's going to go first? Number 1, who's abusing who? Create a page of abusers, because to anaka nemwe, huh? You've got because they've got the capacity to come on social media.
Yeah.
So in someone should create a page and call it page of abusers. Kindly join, and then abuse each other there. Huh? Thank you, Vampombo.
Thank you very much. Now, before I can just I think I close my contribution, I would like also to remind the Zambians. Another aspect that the bishop mentioned today was the benefits which are coming from the mining sector. The bishops gave an example, Zambians. They said let's look to Botswana, Chile, and I don't know the third country, probably was Venezuela. Let's look from Botswana, Chile, and another. No, there is another country. I think even the one where there has been a coup recently. The bishops were saying we need to look into in terms of the percentage of the taxation. Let's look into that. We cannot have a lot of resources, export a lot of resources and gaining almost nothing. Almost nothing. So
it's
I
looting,
think
Bampombo.
that is called
it's not exporting. This government is facilitating looting of our resources.
So now I hope by EPND you can listen to the bishop are saying change. If there is a law that states that exporting copper, Zambia can only take 3% of benefit, change the law and take it to 15 to 20%. There is no problem in saying that. They do it here in Italy. They do it in France. They don't give minerals free of charge. The taxation is very good. Thank you.
51%. Tete umuntu esepanganda pamobe mwamphela 97%. This is why we are saying they are looting, because they are getting 97% and then they are not paying tax.
Yeah.
So as Zambians, we should demand minimum negotiations should start at 51%. We should be getting 90%.
And where is the value addition proposal? Your Excellency Akainde, UPND, where has the so-called value addition gone to? Because this is what the Zambian people were voting for. Value addition, it meant you dig gold, you make something in Zambia, you give value to the product and then you export it. So where is the proposal of value addition? Then I think transparency, I will end up with this phrase which touched me very well. The bishops were saying, let us use the criteria of equity and inclusiveness of all Zambians. I repeat, government, please, can you use the criteria of equity and inclusiveness of all Zambians? I just give an example. Youth employment in the Copper Belt. You give a tanker to one youth or to 10 people to transport diesel. What about the other 2,000 youth who have no jobs? It's just a question. We called those tankers given to the youth was called youth empowerment. If you call it youth empowerment, the bishops have said, all inclusive, not only some youth. CDF, it has now come from Community Development Fund. It is also being used as empowerment process for some of the youth. If you empower 10% of the youth in Kitwe, Your Excellency by UPND, the all-inclusiveness entails you to empower even the remaining 90%. All inclusive, please. I don't know, there is no employment in Zambia. 75% of unemployment. 75% of unemployment. If it was here in Europe, the government was going to give each and everyone, basing on the so-called all-inclusive, each and every citizen who is not employed, a minimum survival wage. I repeat, I give an example, a particular example. Here in Italy, if you don't work, you have gone to school, you have papers, you are a normal person, you are given a minimum wage so that you don't become a destitute, so that you don't go on the streets to prostitutes, to commit prostitution, and getting back home with diseases and probably HIV, where there are no cure in the hospitals. So the government, we can look into that. Where the money is going to be taken from, it's a question that can come from some of the Zambians. Where are you going to take the money from? The money is coming from the resources that we have. No one is going to cheat. This time I'm going to refuse that Zambia is poor. Zambia is not poor. Zambia is very rich. Imama politicians. Zambia is very rich. Now use the resources very well. Not for some of the people like Minister Poka was building that monster. Imwe. There's no justice there. There is no justice there. When somebody doesn't have water to drink, I'm a truck drivers ku Congo, I'm a truck drivers wale nwame ishaya black. I'm a truck drivers, I repeat, truck drivers. Kasonde Mwenda reported on his page that when they put chlorine in those water, the water turned into black. Truck drivers who are away from their families, and a minister of mines is constructing $1 billion structure. I am asking you guys, where is the justice? Where is the one Zambia, one nation? If I was a member of parliament from the UPND, I was going to scrap the one Zambia, one nation. Does it make sense? If one Zambia, one nation is making sense, one Zambian is building a multi-million building, another person should build as well. We stay in the same country, same gold, even if that gold can turn into silver or can turn into stones, but it's the same gold in Zambia. It's unacceptable, Mwewantu. Be just, do the right thing for all the Zambians, not only for some of the Zambians. Thank you very much for your patience, my dear sisters, and thank you very much, Mwabena Zambia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don Oscar. It's our honor, privilege to have you on the page. And we continue talking because Fueba Kalamba, we have to be role models as freedom fighters for our democracy. We will continue talking until Zambian constitution is respected, until our human rights, according to the declaration, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1945, that is the main anchor of all constitutions in the world. Zambian constitution moved from the sleep. No. It's because people were oppressed many years ago. You know how they can just take you and be their slave. How races were discriminated based on the color of their eyes, color of their hair. So the Constitution of Zambia is anchored on the Declaration of the Human Rights. So everything that is reflected in our Zambian Constitution, the anchor is that Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which stopped most of the injustices against human beings. And everything stems off article number 3, where it says everyone has a right to life, liberty, and security of the person. That includes food, water, shelter, education, job security, equal work, equal pay, all those things. So we'll be here, we'll be talking. Some of us bonus, yes. And ask yourself, what legacy are you going to leave? What is your legacy when it is over and said? How are you going to be remembered? Are you going to be remembered as a person who had a voice, but you chose to dig your head in put your head bury your head in the sand while the people are crying? Think about your legacy. You know what happened a few years ago, where there was a worldwide movement. They went and started breaking all the what do they call them?
The statues.
The statues of people who
of those, yes.
Yes.
The explorers, the so-called explorers.
Yes. Now, Zambia, ask yourself if your memory will end by people breaking your statue. Pamanda pamobe. Because you are setting Zambia into recolonization. But we are here to say change before it's too late. Those who have ears, let them hear. I end here, Mama Nick.
Thank you, Mama Pumulo. My parting remarks are, people who did not even help you fight for the liberation of this country, and you want them to come and enjoy a free ride. So there is an urgent need to revisit your decisions. If you can meddle in the affairs of another political party, I am sure that my suggestion will not be difficult to implement. We all do not need employment, and we all cannot be tomato growers. And so it's the duty of the government to create an enabling environment for all of us to do business. There is need to release money on the market.
Yeah.
Your country is undergoing a serious recession, yet you see it fit to be hopping all over the world. I think I remember, if it was not the president of Malawi who opted to attend a meeting virtually. Someone here correct me. To attend a meeting virtually because he said, right now, my country is going through problems. And so, instead of me spending millions to fly out to those countries and stay in expensive hotels and eat filet mignon, I would rather go into this meeting virtually. There is need to listen to the men of God. They have spoken. Kaunda said what about Oscar Mpobo? What did he tell the Catholics? At mukendera pali corona.
Mukendera pali corona. Wakamidia kunkalam.
Did it happen? What happened? MMD oosted out. It oosted UNIP.
The power of Kaunda was so strong that I remember the slogan "Kumulu nilesa panshi ni Kaunda" was very strong, and yet the Zambian people were strong. They stood ground and they wanted their country to come back to the normal functionality. So nawe na chachi ni Mama Matipa. Go ahead.
So you leaders that the Zambian people put on the throne, you should not take the Zambians for granted. Again, I repeat, they are the disciplinarians. You are not going to govern this country wamuyayaya. In life, there's a time for everything. I think it's in the book of Ecclesiastes. There's a time to die, a time to be born, a time to keep quiet, a time to talk, and so on and so forth.
Let me sing it. Let me sing it for you.
Okay.
Okay. To everything, 10, 10, 10. There is a season, 10, 10, 10, 10. And the time for every purpose under heaven. There is a time to cry, a time to laugh, a time to sing, a time to
be born.
Yes, a time to break some word stories. To everything, 10, 10, 10. There is a season, 10, 10, 10, 10. And a time for every purpose under heaven.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
So,
because we are trying to add you there, Kana. It's the same technical issue. Yeah.
Thank you, Oscar Pombo. That's a beautiful hymn. I would like to say, Zambians, do not worry. As you have heard, there is a time for everything. These leaders are human beings just like me and you. No one will live on this earth perpetually. There will be a time for us to go. Nobody is perpetual. But the little time that the mighty Lord has put you on this earth, serve your people with dignity, with compassion, with love, and bring unity amongst all the people that you are serving. And so one day, Zambians, your showers of blessings will come. It's just a matter of time. Mama Phumulo will be here, will be talking, because we have you, the listeners, listening, and we feel your pain. We promise you a time of reckoning is coming, dear Zambians. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you, thank you. You know, what is your legacy? In closing, I can just ask you, what is your legacy? If you are 50 years old, what is your legacy? If you are 21 years old, what are you fighting for? What is your dream? You know, where do you hope to see yourself when you are in your 50s? What country do you want to live in? So these are the questions we should ask ourselves. And this is why other countries have progressed, because they have unified for a purpose. The politics of bootlicking, they are gone. Those politics are gone, and the AMA politics they were introduced to Africa via the concept of divide and rule, divide and conquer, pitting tribes against tribes, you know. So let us rise above this old way of politics. We have social media now. No one can lie to us. If they lie to us once, shame on them. If they lie to us twice, shame on us. Yes, so
last appeal, solemn appeal. I repeat the calling of the bishops. Your Excellency, by UPND, tell the Zambian people what is inside the memorandum of understanding which are being signed. Tell the Zambian people, please. Let the people understand. If you have at heart this country, I am pleading to you. Go to the National Assembly. Tell our representatives what is included in the signings of those memorandum of understanding. I'm sure another one is coming. I'm sure now another one is coming from, I don't know where our president is at the moment. Probably another memorandum of understanding is coming. I am, please, I'm just reminding what the bishops have spoken this afternoon. Tell the Zambian people what the government is signing in those memorandum of understanding. Thank you very much.
And even if he doesn't tell us, we are going to throw them out in 2026 because Bahaka Inde does not own Zambia. Yes. Bahaka Inde does not own Zambia. So what is going to happen in 2026? We shall throw them out because he made those memorandum as an individual. He bypassed our mandate. He bypassed our parliament. He did not consult the Zambians. Bahaka Inde, it will be on you. Ngamulesa number MOU, we shall throw them out, and those people will come after you for their pound of flesh. So these people, they need to know that if you sign illegal dealings, you are signing in your personal capacity. Don't drag the whole Zambia. Who did you consult? That's why we have a constitution and the National Assembly for consultation and the consensus. Non-disclosure. Guess what? You are even lucky that you are even Zambians are mute over this. Because because your presidency is legitimate based on your oath that you swore in Euro Stadium to defend the Constitution. And once you start abrogating the Constitution, you have just given up your presidency. So more extra time. Let us tell you. We see you. We see what game we are playing to the Naimwe. But know that your legitimacy is based on you adhering to the Constitution.
The memorandum of understanding, they are being signed to Kapatamukaya. Kapatamukaya umwenya kaya.
And the memorandum understanding, because the Zambian, we are not consulted. So we're not going to recognize it. Now those people will be after Mr. Hakainde. Those things is signing away to take effect. But if these things are national treasures of the country, no one person has the power to sell out the resources of Zambia over one signature without consulting anyone. Hell no. Hell no. Mr. President, you're out of order, and we have to tell you to fix your house because the day of reckoning is coming. Yes. And the Zambians, we have to start telling him so that he starts fixing his messes he's making, because we're not going to tolerate it. Because selfish leaders from her grave because of a misdiagnosis and lack of medication. No one is going to bring back my mom from the grave. So the least I can do is to stand and speak and correct the situation so that people of Zambia get the quality of life they deserve. And that's why we are here. Mama Matipa, you had something to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that you, Hakainde, you promised the Zambian people that you will be holding press conferences every quarter. Well, the time is now. You are a bit late, eh? We have been waiting for that press conference. It's long overdue. Fellow Zambians, eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball. Wale minyunya mule tamba. Icon man.
Bambi bale lumba no kulumba. Bale kunyunya ule lumba bale kunyunya. Are you normal? Uli kwenye. Uli 5 senses. Bale kunyunya ule lumba.
Murefu okulumba efya upubati Mbappe shani. Iyo. Kanyunya ali muno mu Zambia. Ule minyunya mwema Zambians. But mwe bonse na mupofuka. Open your eyes and keep those eyes on the ball. Good night, Mama Phumulo.
Exactly. Uli all under calculator. Uli chief leader ulumba calculator. Mule nyunya abantu ule kulumba no kulumba calculator chef.
Tualanda, you guys, it's 1:45 Muzambia.
Mulenyunya abantu mulelumba calculator. Shame on you.
Calculator it needs batteries ka ama battery na yafua. You know?
Posa tieni calculator cha gonga. Calculator cha gonga mulelumba no kulumba. Shame on you. I'll say that again. You must be ashamed. And you know what I'm talking about. Yo lumbati calculator le lumbe fya bukuba. Balenyunya abantu mulelumba.
Thank you, Mama Phumulo. It's been a lovely, lovely show. I thank you. We thank the Zambians that have stayed with us until this hour to listen to us. We don't take you for granted. We'll see you next time. Good night.